Hello, I'm Isaac Ostrom. I'm a licensed tile contractor in Northern California. I've been licensed since 2003, so I've seen quite a few things in my time. This shower we did in March of 2017, so about 2.5 years ago. We did this shower and we've had a couple problems since then. We're really trying to figure out what's going on. The first problem that we had was we had some discoloration on the bottom row of tiles, the tiles that were getting wet. And I'll show you some pictures of those from the original email. And then we also had cracking on the curb. And what I'll do is I'll actually read the emails chain so you can kind of get a timeline what happened. So again, original install, March of 2017. First callback was regarding a crack on the curb. So I think it was about 3 months after that, maybe in the summer of 2017. We just had 2 or 3 tiles cracked on the top of the curb. So first thing we did is I just sent my installer out and he just replaced the top 3 tiles, re-grouted it. We were hoping that was going to be it, but it wasn't. There was an underlying issue. And here's the following email, and this is from October of 2017. It says, "Hi Isaac, I hope you're doing well. We are encountering further issues with the shower that your crew installed in our master bathroom earlier this year. The shower curbing has once again cracked across several tiles. The crack appears to have started further down the curb than the area that was previously repaired this summer. In addition to the crack, which happened this past weekend, several tiles along the base of all 3 walls have become discolored. The link below is an online discussion I found from others who have experienced the same problem. Attached are several pictures to show the damaged areas. Please contact me as soon as possible so we can discuss these issues and figure out how to move forward." So these are not the emails that you like to open up. You know, I see this, but we always warranty our work. I will never dodge a customer. We will handle the issue. So the first thing I did is I called the manufacturer of the tile, which was Roca Tile Makers. They make a lot of different ceramics. They have a ceramics factory in Spain. It's just a bisque, white body glazed ceramic tile. So I'll read you my response to that email. So November 1st, "Hi Joe, the tile company is saying they have not heard of this issue before and they are only willing to cover the materials that we purchase from them, not the labor. But like I said, we will repair it at our cost. I also have never seen this happen on any other jobs we've done, and we've used this particular tile many times in showers. It looks like there's moisture getting behind the tile that is causing the discoloration where the wall connects to the floor. Ceramic, the body of the tile, not the glaze, can have a capillary absorbing action that can wick moisture up from the floor. In the traditional pan system we used," so the original was a traditional PVC 40 mil liner. "In the traditional paint system we used, the membrane is under the floor and the mortar is allowed to get wet. In the repair," so this is what I'm proposing, "I suggest to use a different bonded waterproofing system where the membrane is directly under the tile so there's no moisture that can accumulate and wick up the wall to cause discoloration. In order to do this, we will need to remove the bottom 12 inches of wall tile, the entire shower floor, waterproofing membrane, and curb. We will go with a waterproof curb as well, since I think that what is causing the curb to crack is the expansion and contraction of the 2x4s that make up the curb." So on the first install, the original install, we used pressure treated 2x4 on the bottom. We're on the slab foundation, and 2 regular 2x4s, Douglas fir on top of that. So the old 3 2x4 curb, which has been done in our area for many years, many showers built this way, and now I don't do that because of these problems. I have only had this issue happen one other time in 15 years of installing tiled showers, but we did determine that to be the problem, and after we replaced it with the other curb, there were no more issues. I really apologize for the inconvenience that this is causing, as it will be a 2 or 3 day repair. We will do our best to get in and out quickly and control dust, etc. Please let me know if there are any days that work better for you in the month of December, and I will be sure to plan what is best for your schedule. In the meantime, you can continue to use your shower as normal." So that's the email chain of events that led to the second repair. So now The curb looks good. The pan looks great. You can see we have a Schluter pan in here. So in the original repair, we removed the 3 rows of wall tile all the way around, took out the old traditional 40 mil PVC liner. These walls are floated. We went back in, replaced the pan and the curb. I went with Curdy curb. I used, built it out of Curdy board with cement board on top. That's holding up fine. Everything in the pan now looks great. We're not having any discoloration in the tiles that are getting wet now. But what we are getting, we're getting a crack that goes from right here, and it's really hard to see. We have a crack that runs from here all the way up to this tile, and you can't really see it. It's barely coming through, but if you look closely, you can see the surface of the tile is cracked, and this crack is all the way through. So we got cracking in here. We also have cracking in the corner. We got one cracked tile that's cracking on this L cut. We have some crazing that's going up the wall here, and you can see this is starting to separate in the wall here. So this is a floated wall. This is the method that I prefer, and it's really kind of alarming to me to see failures, because this is like one of the most bulletproof installs you can do. And the only thing I can think that we didn't do that TCNA recommends, which this is what 95% of the installers that I know do, they just grout in the changes of plane. We've always done it that way, never had a problem with our floated showers, but I think we got a lot of expansion and contraction. This is an exterior wall, so I think we have forces that are expanding and contracting the wood framing inside, or the walls are moving separately, causing stresses and causing the crack. So we're going to dive into this, and I'm going to see if I can figure out what's going on. So with this one, the crack is right here. You can barely see it, but as I tap it, you can see the crack come through. So what you can see is the crack transfers all the way through from the mortar bed through the thin set. So we actually have cracking behind here, and a cracking on a float is pretty normal. You see that a lot of times when we float, you'll see little hairline cracks, and it's all reinforced with wire, so it's usually never an issue. Okay, so I'm pulling my mortar bed out here. And that looks like tar paper, huh? So this is important. This is one thing I've changed in the last year or two since I've been floating showers again. I don't use tar paper or aquabar paper behind the wire, because I want the float to stick to the wall. What happens when you put paper, it provides separation. You can see the mortar has come off clean from that paper. So let me see if I can peel that off. So this is what we call aquabar paper, and everybody in our area installs like this, and I've been telling them for a while. So the old way of doing it before, I would say probably the way we floated probably before 1995, maybe early 2000s, we never used aquabar paper behind our float. We would staple up our lath. I mean, all the critical areas were waterproofed with hot mop or a pan liner. But once you get up above here, you never really need to worry about the waterproofing. As you can see, all this And even when we pull that off, it'll be bone dry. Water does not come up usually past the height of the curb. This is the only area. That's why TCNA says you have to have waterproof 3 inches above the curb, because up here you don't get that. You don't get water. It sheds off. It'll be bone dry like this is. So here is Aquabar paper. We got drywall right behind it, and yeah, that's our paper. So I'm not saying that's what caused it, but I'm pretty sure, and I've had a feeling for a long time that this would be an issue. And you can see we have a crack that's transferred all the way through. I think once forces start taking their toll on a wall, if the mortar isn't stuck to the wall, to the whole system, that's the weak point, and it's going to give one way or another. So from I'd say all of my installs, especially since Dent Shield came out, because that's the nice thing about Dent Shield, is it already has a waterproofing layer over it. So when we float our mortar over it, we don't need paper because it's already waterproofed. And I get that question a lot. Well, where's your waterproofing? You put waterproof. Well, Dent Shield's waterproof. We're going over with a mortar bed, and it's solid. I feel really good about that. So since we been using that, which again has been maybe a year and a half, we haven't put paper behind our wire because I've had a sneaking suspicion. And to be honest, I've heard other stories about this happening, and it used to never happen when they wouldn't put paper on. So if you're an installer out there, especially in my area, Northern California, and you install a lot of ceramic, I'm sure you've come across this before. So we're going to go ahead and get this repaired. Again, this is something I've been doing for free. This is my 3rd repair. Didn't charge them a dime to come do the repairs. This is on me. This isn't anything a manufacturer did or anything. We're the ones who put paper behind the wall, and so I'm responsible for it. We're the ones who put a wood curb in, so that's why I replaced it. So when you're in business, I've had my own business since 2002, been licensed since 2003, I'm going to get the callbacks. I mean, once I hear a lot of people make comments like, I've never had a callback. Well, you've probably never been in business that long. Maybe people don't have your phone number anymore. Maybe people are kind of afraid of you and don't want the confrontation of calling you back. There's a lot of reasons why you wouldn't get a call back from something like this. Maybe the homeowner moved and there's no record of who did the install. So just because you've never had a call back doesn't mean you haven't had problems. I'm using my experience, my trials, my adversities to not only help you guys, but I feel it also in a way keeps me humble. It gives my business character. We stand up for what we say. We stand behind our work. So this doesn't always need to be looked as a bad thing. I'm losing money on this, but in the big picture, this is actually gonna strengthen my company. It's gonna strengthen my reputation, and we're gonna take responsibility for it. We're gonna fix it. So I have that saying that an old contractor friend of mine used to tell me. He said, Isaac, some days you make money, some days you make friends. And so today we're making friends. So I hope you get something out of this. Leave your comments in the section below, especially if you have dealt with cracking on ceramic subway tile, if you've had cracking on a wood curb, if you've had discoloration from the body of tiles getting wet. Leave your comments in the section below, because my hope is that we build this community of knowledge, that we share with each other, we help each other out so that we can all get better. So thank you for watching, and I love you, and I love being your tile coach. We'll see you on the next video. Okay.